And we are ready to begin. We're so happy you're here, and we've waited for you your entire lives. Now, we say that all the time, but today you will understand why, because we will explain it all to you. And we've also said that we have given you everything you needed to transform your life and your world. The only problem is you didn't believe us. Now we're going to show you how we have done that. You are moving through a transition in your world, and everything is energy, and we have been using the energies of your world to give you information for eons. And we put it together in a way that you will understand it today because your world is sitting at a place where you need an up leveling of energy. And this is what we're giving you because each of you need that, including our messenger who has allowed himself to not make the moves that he could have, as many of you have done. So, but you will understand it today. As we said, when we first began giving you these messages, we said you were moving through a transition and it was going to involve money, power, love, and control. And that is what you're seeing in your world today. But then we also told you that this would happen, meaning that there's an alignment that goes on with each of you, and you come into the world to offer something, and we've just wanted you to honor what that is because if you do, you change the energy of your planet and you live the lives you want to have. We've just given you a plan, a guide to do that. We've done several things to bring this together for you today because we wanted this to get together because Roger's having a meeting with his team later, and let's have all of this come together because he has to make a move as well as each of you do. Now, we gave you a message that said on February 19th, 2024. Now, we're saying that because on February 19th, 1989 is when Roger has his first recorded message from us where we discussed his difficulty. His difficulty was understanding how much power he had and his reluctance to use it, needing to thinking that he was going to use his ego in some way. No, he is the one who has not used his ego, and you're watching your world where you're seeing egos fighting about everything. So we have given you something different. This is what we wanted you to understand. However, there's another alignment there. And when you look at that, February 19th, we have given you messages over the years. And then if you look at your history, you will see there are many events that occurred on that date throughout your history. Your planet changes in symmetrical ways, but it's also energetic and aligned. You're each aligned, as we say all the time. You're eternal spiritual beings, but you just figure that out a bit at a time. We just help you by giving you this information. And as you accept it, you heal yourselves and also your planet, which was the intent of what we have given you. And yesterday we had him share something else, kicking and screaming. We had him share that message. We've given you everything. We've given you an encyclopedia, as we've said, of personal development, self actualization, and ascension. We've given you all of it. And we're just showing you how we've done it. And when we said kicking and screaming, that's what you each move through when you have to go into the unknown like a baby. You kind of, that's why we wanted to give you that analogy. But you're doing the same thing now because your planet is doing that. So that's why you have all the chaos. That's why you have all the fear and the resistance. And the resistance is great at this moment, which is why we wanted to do this. Then we did another thing. We had him share a video yesterday from a channeling session that we did on last year on June 20th. You'll see, well, that's when we put it out there and you'll see it. When you listen to it, you will hear that. And we had him say yesterday, you will usually hear Wilhelm later. That's why, because we give you everything in advance. And so there's several other messages that we will leave with this recording because we would love for you to read them because then you will have an understanding of how you progress in your life, how your planet progresses, how civilization progresses, and then you will not be quite as afraid as you might be, and you will start to get on with changing the abundance of your world. We gave you a message on June 26th of 2012 that we would love for you to see because we're always ahead of you. But we said we gave you a new abundance definition because that's what's happening in your world now. But if you don't understand and start to give yourselves more, then the change that you want to see will not occur. As we've always said, the world that you want to see is not guaranteed. It depends on each of you to do your part. We've given you many messages on that as well. And there are no insignificant people here. Now, when you listen to we'll put the link to that recording because we do want you to hear it because we gave you everything there. and that one from last year. That will kind of tie it all together. But we do this way because we are not limited by linear time, but you are, and you learn that way. And so you progress in your lives and your world in the same way. But when you start to move and just take another step into a higher state of consciousness or understanding of who you are, you start to heal, you start to change, and so will your world. And that's what we wanted you to understand. Everything that we have given you, we've called it an ascension guide, but it was for this time in your world. That's why we gave you the philosophy. We called it your life operating instructions because you needed to operate. Well, we said the other day you don't need anything, but you wanted to operate in a new way. Otherwise, you would not sustain your lives and live the lives you could have or sustain your planet. But we have given you all of it, and if you decide to use it, as many of you as can, then you will see the differences in your life and also in your world. But stay with us, and we will put all the messages in this video, so you'll have a link and you'll see it because it will really enlighten you. And that's all that we've ever wanted. And we love you so much.